Hello everyone, welcome to Education Lecture. In this video, I'll be teaching you the remaining concepts of fourth chapter, that is planning. And as I told in my previous video, I'll be teaching you all the important concepts and the corresponding marks of each concept. So if you're new to my channel, then subscribe my channel to get further new updates. So planning, here I have written in a flowchart manner so that it will be easy for you to know the difference between importance of planning and limitations of planning. So there are both importance of planning. They may ask you instead of importance, significance or benefits of planning. So don't get confused with it. Next is limitations of planning. So importance of planning is planning provides innovative ideas, planning reduces the risk of uncertainty, planning reduces wasteful activities, planning facilitates decision making, planning establishes standard for controlling, planning provides direction. So these points I have explained you in my previous video. Those who want to know the meaning of these points can go to my previous video and check it out. So limitations of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. Planning reduces creativity. Planning involves huge cost. Planning is time-consuming process. Planning may not work in dynamic environments. So these points I will be explaining in this video. So and you can make like this flow chart also, like as I told, right, instead of mug upping everything, by hearting everything, you in your book anywhere or wherever you can write. In that you can make columns like this of each chapter. That is as you know, in every chapter there are a lot of importance, characteristics, limitations, so many are there. So you'll get confused. So what you can do is write like this: planning, under that importance of planning are these points. So need not write the meaning, because once you understand the meaning of each point, it is more than enough. So you can write only points. When you go to your exam hall, once if you see this is more than enough. So I am trying to help you in this way also. You can do if you wish. You want to make like this means. So next is planning process, that is steps in planning. So setting objectives, developing premises, identifying alternative course of action, evaluating alternative course, selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, follow-up action. So these are practical oriented question. These points had come. So this will be asked for 5 marks in a practical oriented question, only points. But next is see the meaning of each point. So this may be asked for 8 mark, but as I told in my previous video, total will be getting around 7 marks from this chapter. So they have given a big explanation question which is having 7 marks, but still need not ignore the big answers whichever is given to you or shown to you, because they may ask you for 4 mark, 2 mark or 1 marker also, anything. So you have to get thorough with it. Explain these steps involved in planning process. So yes, I would like to say that also, that in your every question answer there are a lot of points. So you may think that just if you buy it for this big answer points is enough. No, you have to thorough and understand it, because here this second point is asked many a times in your exam for 2 marks. So in between your answers also, they may pick up the questions and give to you for 2 or 1 marker. So all I am saying, just understand the concept, so it will remember, and you can write on your own also related to the answer relating to that. Okay, I will start the answer. Setting objectives. So they may ask you a question that which is the first step in planning? Setting objectives. Okay. Then I would like to say one more also, don't get confused with which is the first function of planning. Sorry, which is the first function of management. You know, right, management functions. Under that, planning is the first function which is done. Under planning process, the first step which is taken is setting objectives. So don't get confused, please. Function of management is planning. Under planning process, setting objectives is the first step. They may ask you for 1 mark, so only I am saying it. Don't get confused. So the meaning of setting objectives is, objectives are the goals that specify what the organization wants to achieve. Objectives should be stated clearly for all departments, units and employees. So for an example, in an organization, if you are planning to start an organization, you will have a set of basic goals, like in an year we have to achieve a lot of profit, maximum profit, and we have to have a lot of development in technology, in employees, everything. So those are your goals which you want to do for your organization. So that will those goals only will help you to achieve your everything. So for achieving those goals, what you have to do, you have to specify your plan correctly to all the departments. That maybe if you're starting up any manufacturing company, in that you have to say to the production department, finance department, sales department. So for them and all, you have to specify what is your plan. Under that, how many units and how many employees should be placed in your company. So those and all you have to specify first only at the beginning of when you are starting an organization, so that at the end you won't have any trouble or misunderstanding or difficulties. So next point is developing premises. This is often asked question for 2 marks. They may ask you the give the meaning for planning premises. So planning premises, if they ask, don't get confused, we have not studied that point. This is the answer, that is developing premises. And for the meaning of planning premises, 2 marks they will ask, and this keyword is very important. So planning premises are the assumptions about the future conditions and events, like change in political and economic environment, changes in prices, changes in legal regulation, etc. So when you are starting an organization, you have to assume that, means you have to imagine that and see if ongoing, if your organization is an ongoing, means it is continuing till so many years, but you may not have expected that suddenly a loss is occurring or any problem, or there may be any changes in political or environmental, any change may be occurring. So for those and all, instead of getting trouble at the point when the problems are occurring, before really you should have planned. So before really, if you have planned at the starting of your organization that if so and so problem occurs, what we have to do, which route should we take, what help we should take from others, or what we can cure ourselves or not. So those and all you have to plan at the beginning, so that there won't be any difficulties. So that is the point which is explaining. Next is identification alternative course of action. There are many ways to act and achieve the objectives. So many ways is a key point. So they are identifying alternative course of action. So the word only says are alternative. When you are planning, you should plan more than one plan, means not getting confused with both the plans. Now if you are planning if you are planning to go to a picnic and you plan that we have to take so and so things, or you may be thinking that if this product is not available over there, what shall we do? We should have an alternative, right? So suppose you are taking you are taking something, a product like when you are going to a picnic, suddenly your car in the vehicle, whichever you are traveling, gets punctured. So you will have a spare key. So when you are traveling in a car, you will have a spare tire, right? So it is an alternative. We didn't imagine that suddenly this will occur. So it is an alternative thing we are doing. Next is evaluating of alternative courses to analyze detailed study strengths and weakness of each alternative. All alternative courses of action have their own merits and limitations. So when I hope you can see, when anything, when your organization you have starting, that time many offers will come, that many companies will come and say you are starting, so for example you are starting in textile industry, many other companies come and contribute, and they said, sir, we will invest in this company, we will get a profit of so and so. So what you will have a lot of alternatives that time. So you will be thinking, which company's share shall I take so that I will increase my we will get a lot of profit from that. So you have to detailedly study each alternative, whatever limit. Sometimes if you take one alternative, suddenly it may occur a loss. Then you may think that, that alternate, another one was giving me profit thing. So like that only, there are many merits and limitations in an when you are choosing an organization in that alternative. Okay, for example, I will say if a person or your parents are coming and giving you 5 kinds of chocolates, so there are all of different companies and have a different taste. So what you will do, you will pick any one which is your favorite, then you eat, it is not that taste which you expected, so you will think that oh, we should have taken the other one, I think it was better in taste. So those are your alternatives. That time you have to know properly that okay, this flavor would taste like this and this company's product is like this, it like that you will be knowing. So you have to do detailed study. Means I am not saying you have to do detailed study with chocolate. According to a business in an organization, you have to do a detailed study so that there is no profit or loss. There is no loss, huge loss occurring in a business. Next is selecting an alternative. The best is to be selected for achieving the objective of the organization. The course result of the decision of the action must be profitable with minimum negative consequences. So okay, at last from so many alternatives, our organization chooses one best one which will give them a lot of profit. So they will see that okay, we have taken this alternative, so in the process of this alternative whether it will give a profit and with minimum negative consequences, that is the lot of problem doesn't occur from this alternative. So I don't want to go so detailedly that whatever you will be knowing also you will get confused with it. So I'm just saying out meaning so that you will understand it properly. So implementing the plan, it requires formulation of policy, formulation budget and programs, cooperation, participation and commitment of workers. So implementing the plan, so everything has been taken, we have set our goals. Next we have done all the alternatives and took the best one. Next is implementing. Now we have to discuss the plan, whatever the owner of the organization has thinked with his co-partners. That time they have to, sorry, there is a lightning problem, I'm very sorry with it. Okay, so here implementing the plan. So after a owner decides all the rules and whatever plan he has done with his co-partners, now he comes and discuss with everyone. So he have to do policies according to his plans, that is rules and organization. Then he have to see his budget and do according to programs to the employees, so that he will demonstrate his whatever plan he has done. Then cooperation, participation and commitment of workers. Then flow up action. Activities are performed as per and monitoring as per plan and monitoring the plan. So the plan has been told to everyone. Now they follow up the plan and do according to that work. And monitoring the plan means, now if you are an employee, your manager will be coming and monitoring you that whether you are doing properly or not the work. Next is explain the limitations of planning. This is very important question answer. It is very important. They may ask you for 4 marks. Planning leads to rigidity. Because of rigidity in planning, it restricts the individual freedom, initiative and creativity. Planning is rigidity means not flexible. Okay, it is not flexible. In planning it restricts. So now, as I told, the owner of the company will be planning. Now if you are an employee, you will also have a certain plan so that you want to share with your owner, which will help the company to promote in its profits. But you are given a restriction. That means you are not allowed to do such things. You should do only the work which is given to you. But still you want to share that. You can't do that. So planning is restricting you from those freedom whichever you wanted to do. Planning involves huge cost. Planning is a costly process. Collection and analysis of information involves huge expense. So planning, right, when we are planning, we have to know, right, all the advantages, disadvantages of an alternative. If you take this if you are having a candy and a snack, so these two you have an option. So you have to correctly do, okay, I am taking a snack factory organization. So according to that, you have to plan, you have to invest, so that other people's come and say you that you have to do so and things, you will get a profit. So it is a costly process and collection. So you have to collect the details. Okay, a snack factory, how much profit will it give? What should I should do for everything which will increase the profit, whatever things I need to do. So those and all you need, right? So that it involves huge cost. Next is planning reduces creativity. Planning is done by top management, as I told. So the middle level management and the lower level management employees are not permitted to act on their own. So this middle level, that is your 4 more employees, a sales manager, employees, managers. So these people will have a certain idea on their own intention according to the work which is going in the company, so that those ideas will help the company to do to get a higher maximum profit, which will develop the company also. But still these people are not allowed to do, because only the authority is given to the top management, that is the owners or CEOs of the company or the board of directors. Only they are allowed to plan and do all the things regarding to the organization. So that reduces the creativity. So they may have a creative idea, right, the middle level and lower level managers, but still they are not permitted to act on their own. They don't have freedom to act on their own. Next is planning is time consuming. But before saying the meaning of that, I would like to say the importance and limitation. Of course you will get confused, because in a hurry in exam you will get confused, but see thoroughly. Importance means it will be giving you the positive points of that concept. Now see, planning importance, they gave you the positive concept, like it improves the mental it is a mental exercise, it increase the employees efficiency and everything, so and so it is like a positive point. But in the limitations, it's just the disadvantages, that is the negative points it gives. So you can write just the opposite. You have to think both, right, positive and negative, what are the occurrences will happen. So according to that only this also. Okay, I'll say it. Planning is time consuming. Collection and analysis of facts and figure. Determination and evaluation works involves much time. So as I told, collecting all the information, that whatever which will give us a profit, which machinery should be taken, which kind of employee should be employed. So those and all will involve huge cost for them. Because for example, how it involves now, if a company organization is there and they are putting an advertisement on television, newspaper, so they spend on that, so that they are saying like this, a company is there are vacancies, employees can be come and so time to get employed in our company, you will be getting a salary of so and so. So they are advertising, they are spending money. So it is one part of an organization. Just I am saying an example so that you will understand. So I am trying all my best to just make you understand. So planning may not work in dynamic environment. Planning anticipates the future. It becomes difficult to accurately access the future trend. So now for you would have planned one thing, means for example, for your same example as I told in my previous video, for final exam you are planning, putting a plan. So you plan according to your final exam timetable and the days you count for each subject and time and all you do. You put a schedule. But still in future suddenly like that a problem arises, like suddenly you are going out of station, or suddenly you spend a day with your family going outing, or some relatives come, so you lose a day. So the timetable which is put on that day, you suddenly are missing all that, means you are losing your time for studies. But still I would encourage you have to go with your family members, but still you are losing the time, you will be having that bad feeling also. That is for example I am saying. So we should have planned in before only. For example, see like this going, suddenly if our parents take outing, or suddenly your parents say before only, so this day a real relation is going to come, so you have to be ready with it, we have to clean the house, everything they will say. So that time you have to plan, okay, like this relation is going to come, Okay, on Sunday or any holidays, you will sit and study an extra hour, or in that day only you will take extra hour daily, so that I won't miss the timetable that day. So it is like we don't know what is going to happen in future. Suddenly anything may happen. Okay, there may be loss in the business, anything may happen. So a planning will be waste, because future suddenly something happens means whatever we have planned for the further coming days will become waste only, right? So it doesn't say accurately whatever happens, what is going to happen in future. So this much is the I have covered all the concepts. I have covered all the concepts from this chapter. But still I would like to show these are the 1 mark question answers from the chapter 1, 2 and 4. So these are 1 mark question answers. If you want, you can take a note of it, or just pause the video and read it. It is like revising all the concepts whichever I have taught. So instead of reading, it will take a lot of time. I will show you slowly. I will show. So these are 1 mark question answers. Anyhow they may ask you. You can see that many of the answers have been asked from the big answer questions. So like that also they may ask. So you have to understand and get thorough with each and every concept. Every subject you can do like that. You have to understand and get thorough. Not that you have to just by heart each and everything. So these are the 1 mark question answers. They may ask you in any form. MCQs or fill-ups, anything. So next, little few are there. So before going to your exam also, you can just glance this and go, so that it will just revising you. It will be just refreshing you with all the concepts. Sorry, planning premises, this answer is wrong. I am sorry. I have written the pencil one, or I have taught you just now, right? You can go and see that also. So and another one also I would like to help you. That is, as I told, you have to make like a note, like when you are going to your exam hall, just see the points and go, so that you will remember all the concepts. So this is the concept from the importance of management, or significance or benefits of management. So instead of writing the meaning, you can write anywhere, like making like this points, so that it will be helpful before going to exam. Importance of management, these are the points. Importance of principles of management, okay. So you will get confused suddenly in a hurry. Oh, I got confused. What are the importance? Which are the principles of management? Suddenly you will get confused. So it's better if you have a time, you can just make like this. Just write the points, and for these points need not write meaning. Means you have to write in a exam, just like a revision type, right? So you can just write the point and understand the meaning. Need not write it. So if you know the point, it is more than enough. Because you know the meaning already, right? You have understood it, and need not write it. So importance or significance of principles of management, these are the points. So importance, benefits or significance of planning. See, as I am showing only, these are from the chapter 1, 2 and 4. See, for these only, see, importance of principles of management, importance of management, importance of planning. I am not confusing you. I am saying you like this. It is there for each and every chapter. It is like this solely. Solely I am saying, don't get confused. If you have a time, you can just make, or as soon as your teacher has explained you, just make the note. Or now also you have a time, you can just make a note of it in your book, wherever you have a place or wherever you want to do, so that you won't get confused. So I am helping all my best so that you score in your exams good marks. See, like this you can make points, or you can take planning, planning everything, importance of planning, features, limitations, characteristics, features, nature, all are same, don't get confused. So according to that you can make points. Or you can do all the chapters, like management, first chapter, importance of management. Second one, principles of management, importance of principles of management. Fourth chapter, importance of planning. So like that also. So it will be like comparison. You won't get confused side by side only, because when you write like this also, see I have written continuously features of principles of management, features of planning. So suddenly when you are seeing only features of planning, suddenly you forget what was the features of principles of management. So if you write side by side also, it is very easy. Whichever is comfortable to you, you can write. I'm just showing you, you can write like this and make yourself getting an advantage, like when you're going to exam hall, just turning all the pages and getting what to say, getting what in a hurry or tensed. So only I'm saying you can make like this points if you wish. Or you feel I can remember all the points, then it's okay. Because sometimes when you see a point, if you feel like for example science or rule of thumb, when you see that point, you will feel like, oh, what was the meaning of that? Oh, I forgot. Then you read that point. Then you see next one also. What is the harmony or discord point? Next, what is the meaning of this one? Next, you will feel like that. So those who feel like that, you can just turn the pages or fold your pages at the bottom or the top, which suddenly whichever is important question also, you can fold it. Whichever I will be saying, right, very important, this will compulsorily come for the exam. So those and all you can fold it if you wish. When when you are going to your example, just turn it and just glance it. Okay, I know many will be just that time only will get an eager, oh, what is this point, what is this point. If you start studying a point, will feel like that. If you don't, if some may not feel, I'm very sorry. Just for example, I'm saying in an tensed what and all we feel. So that's it. So if you have understood or didn't understand anything, or you have any problem with my teaching, you can just comment in the comment box, which will help me to do my further more videos. So like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.